Today on CCX News, slowing e-bike sales, but see why that slowdown isn't expected to last long. Minnesotans are getting closer to getting an e-bike at a discounted price. An e-bike rebate program kicks off this summer. But as Emily Haugen reports, for shop owners, the ride hasn't been as smooth.
Over the past few years, bike shops have cashed in on the popularity of a faster ride.
We've been selling electric bikes for 11 years here at Trailhead, but the past 4 years we've seen great exponential growth of electric bikes.
Trailhead Cycling benefited from that e-bike explosion. Owner Pam Saylor says they help people go further.
They're popular, they're fun, they're easy to ride and easy to operate. And it really flattens the hills and takes the wind away, so everybody can have a great ride.
Those bikes can be pricey. Senator Omar Fateh, who authored the bill, says the e-bike rebate program was born to make it more accessible to everyone. Qualifying Minnesotans over 15 can get 50 to 75% off an e-bike.
There's only $1,500 available per person if you're eligible. And the more income you make, the less percentages you get of that $1,500.
The program was announced about a year ago as a part of the Omnibus Transportation Bill. Saylor says since its announcement, the sale of e-bikes has slowed by 30%.
What that's done for us as a business is it has slowed electric bike sales because people are wondering, are they going to get a rebate or not?
But go time is soon. The e-bike rebate application opens up June 5th, and it's first come, first served.
So here's what I say you should do. Go to your local bike shop today, test ride an e-bike, pick out the one that you want, make a note, communicate with them ahead of time.
Text from the bill says eligible bikes are heavily regulated, and certificates will be too. Though business has slowed over the past year, Saylor anticipates it will pick up with the rebate program, but only for a limited time.
I think it's going to be crazy for about 3 weeks, and then it'll be done.
In Champlin, Emily Haugen, CCX News.
For bike shops who have been selling e-bikes for over 6 months, the application to apply for the program opens up next month on May 1st. Brooklyn Park Police responded to a shots fired incident Thursday morning, the third such case in the past 2 days alone. The latest incident occurred near the Willows apartment complex. Police say a witness reported hearing shots fired and 2 vehicles leaving the scene quickly. Arriving officers located evidence of gunfire. As we went to air Thursday afternoon, no arrests had been made. At the state capitol, new legislation aims to crack down on false police calls, also known as swatting. Senator Warren Limmer of Maple Grove introduced the measure in his chamber. According to FBI statistics, there have been more than 550 swatting attempts since last May, and more than 770 attempts with schools as the target. So-called swatting incidents are already a gross misdemeanor. The legislation would make it a felony when addresses of elected officials, judges, prosecuting attorneys, correction workers, and police officers are targeted. Those found guilty would face up to a year in prison and a $5,000 fine. If you see fire at a Plymouth park this week, don't be alarmed. As Kevin Miller reports, controlled burns are giving life to something new this spring.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
And so we can see we've got a lot of supervision out there. They're really watching to make sure that the fire isn't escaping outside of their intended target zone.
And at Prairie Ponds Park, the smoke comes off the grass in thick billows.
We have 20 acres that we want to burn, mostly park settings.
It's all part of a carefully orchestrated maneuver.
Right now, the conditions are great.
And the weather is just right.
The material on top is dry. It's a little bit breezy, so it's dry. It carries a fire good.
Forestry crews started lighting controlled fires in Plymouth this Thursday. These fires look destructive, but forestry manager Jason Goring says they're well under control.
If the fire's making you nervous, I assure you that these are trained professionals who have burned many acres of prairies throughout our state.
In fact, these flames are making room for new plant life.
And we do it to get rid of years of thatch buildup. It really favors our warm season native plants, and it gives them that competitive advantage over invasives.
Crews will be out for the next week, burning at 6 parks. So if you're nearby and don't mind smelling like smoke, Feel free to watch the show.
I would stay back and let the professionals do their work, and rest assured that the results that we're going to get in a few weeks are going to be well worth it.
In Plymouth, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
After being closed for almost a year due to construction, the Rockford Road Library in Crystal has finally reopened. The library welcomed people back on April 8th following a $7 million renovation that lasted 11 months. The library has new conference rooms, carpet, furniture, and solar panels on the roof of the building. Officials say folks have been excited since the library reopened.
I have never seen it busier than it was on Monday. People just were, so many times they told me, we're so happy you're open again, you know? And so that shows me that this is a really valuable resource to the community.
The Rockford Road Library is hosting a grand opening celebration on Saturday from 10 to noon, complete with donuts, hot chocolate, and coffee. A popular Mexican restaurant in New Hope just finished an expansion project that will allow them to add more tasty items to their menu. Arizona Taco Company acquired the space next door that was formerly home to Chanticleer Pizza. The move helped the restaurant expand its kitchen and seating capacity, but that's not the only change customers will see. The owners also purchased Chanticleer's pizza-making equipment, and in a few weeks, the shop will start selling Mexican pizzas.
The Mexican pizzas that we're going to be rolling out are a lot of what you're seeing in Arizona, California-style pizzas. It's your traditional pizza with Mexican toppings.
Those toppings include homemade chorizo, carne asada, and marinated pork. The owners are shooting for a target date of May 1st to launch their expanded menu.